What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the internet, where your cesspool is my jacuzzi. Clayton Echard is a former lead of The Bachelor who was recently targeted by a woman who seems to have an ongoing campaign of harassment against men who don't want to date her. Now, mind you, men don't want to date me either, but I've never faked a baby, even in my college straight phase. Owens has now changed her narrative and is claiming that Clayton Echard raped her. Now, I believe Laura Owens has been impregnated with twins. Hold on. I'm missing something. Now, I believe Laura Owens has been impregnated with twins by the names of Truth and Justice. Let's take a look at why Laura Owens' claims that Clayton Echard assaulted her are bullshit. These are my opinions based on publicly available information. First, we're going to take a look at Clayton's interview from the bio files and look at some of the screenshots of emails they shared there.
This is the important part to explain. There was no sexual intercourse. There was no penetration. She performed oral twice on me. It's important that I state that because, again, this individual is now claiming that she's pregnant with my twins.
Imagine having to say that to the world. Now, I am as homosexual as they come, so I could have gone my entire life, the rest of my life, without a blowjob being this significant.
I basically then start responding back on email, and I'm like,
do it in writing.
I don't believe this. Like, all we did was you performed oral. And she's like, yeah, but when we were grinding each other, like some of your fluid got in me.
The fact that he has all this in writing and emails, that's going to be enough to show that her version of events is not credible.
So I said, I'm on the phone with her mom, and I said, I don't want to date your daughter. I said, so don't you want your daughter to be with somebody that's like, that wants to be with her? I was like, I just don't want to be with your daughter. So I'm just being honest with you. And she said, well, you got my daughter pregnant, so I would think you would step up as a man and give my daughter a chance.
Now, to the best of my recollection, Laura Owens is now claiming that she did tell her sister or someone in her family right away that Clayton raped her. So she's saying that that's basically been what she's been saying the whole time. She's not changing the narrative. Okay. But then why would your mother go to your rapist and tell him it's not fair that he won't date you? Let's take a little bit of a closer look at this email that Laura sent Clayton. I would like to get together tomorrow night to talk and explore intimacy. What? Email is what your boss uses to check your productivity. You don't fucking talk about, I want to have sex with you in an email. Especially not if you're going to accuse them of being a rapist. Obviously, I would love to have sex in the future and feel like I am the safest person you could have sex with since I'm pregnant. But if you really think that, like you said yesterday, my goal was to date and get pregnant during this time, we can absolutely hold off on it. You can hold off on it forever, because you never had sex and you never will. It occurred to me that you might believe me more about paternity if you were inside of me and felt how tight I would be after not having sex in more than a year. What? There it is, folks. They never had sex. He was never inside of her. That's why she's now saying she wants him to be inside of her, because if he had been, he would know how tight she was. No woman who's telling the truth in this situation is going to practically beg, their rapist to feel the elasticity of their vagina. I would trust and respect you enough for you to make the decision on your own as to whether or not we have the abortion. You would trust and respect your rapist? Ma'am? What the fuck? Here we have a screenshot of one of Dave Neal's videos where he's showing one of the emails that Laura exposed to Reddit and the media at large. Now you can see there's some strategically redacted information here. Let's take a look at what's behind the blackout, shall we?
Considering you only performed oral sex on me and no vaginal penetration occurred, the chances of you being pregnant seem considerably low.
Why would you feel the need to hide that unless you were lying? I can't believe I even have to say that this woman who allegedly, and, there's been screenshot evidence shown, would not meet up with this man unless it was in private, is accusing him of rape. I mean, really? If he raped you, would you even want to meet up with him at all, much less in private? And not to be forgotten is this weird, horrendous dating contract exposed by this Dave Neal video. At this point, you gotta ask, what the fuck are you doing, Laura? Obviously not going to your ultrasound appointments. Honestly, this might be the worst attempt at a false accusation I have ever seen. Now, I would never wish harm to Laura Owens. I don't think anyone should be harassing her. I have even gone out of my way to tell people not to mock her appearance. And that actually made it into a court filing. But I do hope that this court rules against her. and she has done a fine job of muddying her own image. Do you know how many straight men are out there? If I was able to pull a straight man in the past, I'm sure you could do it now. But in the meantime, will you please, for the love of God and women everywhere, go fuck yourself, because you will not accidentally get pregnant. Now, during this episode of shitting on justice, she has now... Sorry, I can't. Now, I believe that... Oh, I'm not sure I can say that with a straight face. She explode. Explode? What does explode mean? Do you know how many straight men are out there? If I can pull a straight man, which I have, in high school and college. Why am I bragging about this?